I never thought my marriage would end at a kitchen table, with a smile on my husband's face. We had been married for 10 years. 10. They weren't perfect, but they were stable. We had shared routines, shared memories, and even shared silences. I honestly thought we were a team, a solid unit. Even when life got complicated, I was wrong. That evening, he asked me to sit down. His voice was calm, almost calm. The kind of calm that makes your stomach tighten before your brain can even figure out why. He placed a folder on the table and slid it towards me. Divorce papers. I actually laughed. It was a nervous, disbelieving laugh. I thought it had to be some kind of sick joke, a cruel threat designed to start a fight. But then I looked at his face. He was smiling. It wasn't a nervous smile or a sad one. It was confident, proud, even. And then he said the words that shattered everything I thought I knew. "Accept my mistress," he said, "or we'll break up anyway." I felt my entire body go cold. He was speaking as if this were a business proposal, a deal he fully expected me to accept. He explained that he'd been seeing another woman for over a year. She was younger, of course. She understood him, he said. He loved her. And this was the part he thought was so clever, he didn't want to lose his home, his comfortable routine, his public reputation. So he had decided on a new arrangement. I would stay his wife. I would accept her. I would be mature. I would share him. If I refused, he would leave me with nothing. He leaned back in his chair like a man who thought he held all the cards, completely in control of the situation. I looked down at the papers. I didn't cry. I didn't scream or demand to know why. Instead, I simply picked up the pen he'd conveniently placed next to the folder. The smug smile on his face vanished instantly. "Hold on," he said, a flicker of panic in his eyes. "Wait." I signed the first page. No, he said, sitting up straight now. "This isn't what I meant." I signed the second page. His voice started to shake. "You misunderstood," he pleaded. "This was just to scare you." I signed the last page. His face went pale. He stared at me like he was seeing a complete stranger. "You were supposed to fight," he stammered. "You were supposed to be afraid." That's when I finally looked up at him, meeting his shocked gaze. And I said something he clearly wasn't prepared for. "A man who uses divorce as a weapon has already ended the marriage." After that, the words started pouring out of him. Too fast. He said he loved me. He said he made a terrible mistake. He swore the papers were just a threat, not a real plan. He kept repeating that he never, ever thought I would actually sign them. And that's when I realized something truly terrifying. He never saw me as a person with my own thoughts and feelings. He saw me as a position, a role, a piece of furniture in his life that he assumed would never, ever move. I stood up, feeling a strange sense of calm I hadn't felt in years. I told him my lawyer would be in contact with his. Then I walked out of the room and out of that life. The days that followed were pure chaos. He called constantly. He sent endless texts. He begged. He cried. He claimed his mistress was just a phase and that he'd already ended it. He promised he would do anything to get me back. I did nothing. I let my lawyer handle absolutely everything. And here's the part he never, ever saw coming. The divorce papers he'd brought me were written by his lawyer, designed to protect him and leave me with as little as possible. Or so he thought. My lawyer, a brilliant woman, found loopholes. She found inconsistencies. She found evidence of financial manipulation that he, in his arrogance, didn't realize he had left behind. The dominoes started to fall. His mistress found out he wasn't nearly as rich as he pretended to. She left. His friends found out how he had tried to blackmail me into accepting his infidelity. They stopped answering his calls. His own family found out he smiled while threatening me with divorce. After a decade of marriage, they were deeply ashamed of him. 6 months later, he stood in front of a judge, looking smaller and more defeated than I had ever seen him. He lost far more than he ever planned to. Not because I was vindictive or out for revenge, but because he completely and utterly underestimated me. Today, I live in peace. It's not a loud, flashy kind of peace. It's the quiet kind. The kind that comes from deep within, from knowing you walked away from a toxic situation with your dignity completely intact. I didn't win because he lost. I won because I chose myself the moment he tried to make me an option. And sometimes, the most powerful response you can give is silence, followed by a signature. Thanks for listening.